Alright, hey guys, what's up? I'm back with another video game review. Today I'm doing one of the PS Plus games for the month of May, and this is none other than Stranded Deep for the PlayStation 4. Again, PS Plus game for the month of May of 2021. So, getting into it, I watched people play this game a long time ago when it first came out. I think I watched Gaming Beaver play it, and I was really intrigued with it. It's a game about surviving a plane crash and stuff, and it's like, cool, I might get to play this one. Maybe I'll play this one day, maybe not. But I do like it looks fun. And here, lo and behold, PlayStation Plus for the month of May comes along, and it's one of the games. I'm ecstatic. I get to play this game. Now, so then I get to download it, and I boot it up, and I start, playing it. I've actually streamed it. You can no longer watch that stream. I'm going to delete it. Maybe if I remember to. But I booted up, and I was kind of disappointed at the opening sequence. There used to be more of an opening sequence when he was on the plane. He used to light up a margarita or something. I think, if I remember correctly, that's why the plane goes down, because of him lighting up something on the plane or something. But in the version I played, all that happens is he's sitting on the plane, and then the next minute the plane's crashing and he has to get out of it, which is kind of disappointing because it doesn't have as much exposition as to who he is or where he's going or why the plane even crashes in the first place, which kind of sucks. But that's not the whole point of Stranded Deep. You got to get into the deep and be stranded. So then you swim over. It was a pretty intense action sequence, actually, in pretty beginning of the game. But then eventually he wakes up on the island, and I go through the tutorial, and I wasn't too happy with how the tutorial worked with, there was not as much guidance as I expected. They did give you a little bit of guidance, like missions like, here, build this, and craft this, and construct this. And it did, I did like the labels of when you go up and you put your cursor on the label of a leaf or a branch or something, and it told you what it was, so you could cut it down. That wasn't too hard. It was just, there wasn't a lot of direction, because I never played the game before. I've only watched people play it, and they played a different version than me, obviously. I could completely tell. And so I was trying to figure out what they were to do, and it really just didn't give me a lot of guidance. It kind of pissed me off at the beginning, gets me off on the wrong foot, which kind of sucks. But so then I get through the whole tutorial part of the game, and getting into it, go walk around. The island I got on stranded on was very, very small. It was maybe 50 feet that way, and 50 by 50, but a circle. It wasn't very big at all. And I got sunburned so easily. They put a lot of detail into some pretty small things, like being sunburnt, or sharks and stuff, rocks and stuff like that. And there's pieces of the crash that you could pick up and try to use to build and crafting a shelter. And so eventually I crafted a shelter. The crabs in this game, they were the only enemy that I ever faced outside of the water in the first island, were crabs. Weird, but okay, cool. They did a little bit of damage, and they were kind of hard to kill, too. They had me skin a coconut and drink a coconut, and they had me skin a crab and eat a crab. They didn't give me a whole lot of direction. I just had to, figure out for myself what I had to do. And it wasn't that hard, it's just, I was expecting direction, and I never got it. So, maybe that's on purpose, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. So once you get past all the tutorial stuff, which actually took quite a while to do, you get back onto, well, and there was not even the raft itself. There's a raft, and that's kind of your method of transportation going through the different islands, because you start on the little island, which I'll call the main island, I guess, to start here. And then you go across to different islands, hop around. Some of them are bigger, more complex. There's more wreckage. There's items and stuff. And so I wanted to go over there, but I didn't know. I get on the boat, so I get on the raft, and I figure out that there's actually an inventory on the raft. They never told me that or anything. So I was like, oh cool, I could store stuff in here. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these big ass branches that I was carrying, trying to put in this inventory, no, they just get thrown onto the raft. Like, what's the point in that? Why do they get thrown on the raft? Just put them in the inventory. If they're able to be put in the inventory, and they say you can, then why can't you? That's so annoying. And then I have to try and figure out how to get them off, and I couldn't pick them up for some reason. So I just had to, like, sort of just, like, just kick them off, kind of like that. But eventually I got them off. And then I tried to drive the raft. And driving the raft was one of the most annoying things about this game. Because I would try and turn, and it wouldn't turn. I would try to go the other way. I try to go straight, it would go right. Try to go left, it would go backwards. I would try to go to the right, it would go north. And I was trying to figure out where to go, and I realized I'm stuck on these rocks. These rocks that are about maybe 2 or 3 feet underwater, I'm somehow getting stuck on. And just because the game says, oh, the area check for this rock is about 25 yards that way and about 20 miles that way. So I decided, I have to push the thing on. I push it out to sea, and before I ever get a chance to click on it, it's already floating back into shore, and it's stuck on the rocks again. Why? Why? It's so annoying. So eventually I move over to the next area of the game. And I just want to say, like, the detail they put into the islands and stuff was pretty good. This was a pretty realistic looking island and raft and situation, even with the plane crash. I thought it was all pretty well detailed, I would say. But eventually, after getting through to the next island, there's like this big ass boat, and then all of a sudden, then here comes the funny part, right? Because the game was a little broken, even if it was even more developed than the last time I'd watched somebody play it, because the raft was doing this and going all this way and this way and this way and this way and this way, this way and this way and this way, it's having its own fun little party in the sky. Bear in mind I'm on a ship that broke, and having to get on the island. And eventually I did get onto the island. All of a sudden comes a big pig. I didn't know there'd be pigs on an island. Pig attacks me, right? And the enemies, like, I must have picked one of the hardest islands in the early part of the game, because there's like 10 things attacking me. There's this like little giant sea kraken thing coming out of the water and trying to hurt me. And then a pig comes back, and there's like a little pig, and the little pig was killing me. Okay, thank you for telling me about those. And like, I don't even know where I am, first of all. I assumed I was in like the Pacific, like maybe like the Caribbean or Indonesia islands or whatever. Maybe Malaysia, I don't know. But really? I mean, it would all make sense if you would have just explained that in like a little tutorial, or maybe even some exposition in the beginning of the game, like where are we going, what are we doing? It's not that hard. It's not that hard, and you already had it. So why did you take it out? And that's why I didn't get. Now I may sound a little harsh about complaining about this game. It's a good game. It's a good concept as well. But it's very badly developed and very badly executed. And it sucks, because I had a lot of hype going into this game, and maybe I just jumped on something that wasn't meant to be jumped on. Who knows? But for my final score, Strain of Deep, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Which is probably being a little generous, seeing that all the shit I had to go through in that game, but whatever, it's okay. I just don't know why they thought they could release it like that. I don't know why they changed it, but whatever, it's cool. So yeah, guys, that's my review of Stranded Deep. Anybody who's played Stranded Deep and knows a lot more about it, you should comment down below whether I'm being fair about the game, if people that played like previous versions or different versions, maybe like a PC version of the game, Xbox version, what was your experience like? I'd like to hear that all in the comments down below. And until next time, for the next game review, whatever that may be, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.